This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, the Otwell Miller Academy opens its second year with a new director, Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center welcomes a new physician, and Kirk Gazelle will be in with sports. All this and more next on 18 WJTS. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jurnee Davis with the news on WJTS TV. Authorities have released the name of a Daviess County man who fled on foot following a wreck in Hayesville Sunday afternoon. Officers and canine units have been unable to locate or make contact with the suspect since. Just after 1 p.m. Sunday afternoon, the DuBois County Sheriff's Department responded to a crash taking place on Hayesville Road West near County Road 200 West. Deputies say the driver of the pickup went left of center and crashed his vehicle into a ditch, flipping it on its side. Officers on the scene made contact with a male who informed them that he was the driver. While attending to traffic control measures on the scene, deputies say the male subject, later identified as Ryan Thomas Fields, fled on foot into a wooded area. The suspect, Ryan Thomas Fields' last known address was Alfredsville, is wanted on a Class A misdemeanor charge of resisting law enforcement, leaving the scene of property damage accident, and driving while suspended. A warrant is out for his arrest on these Class A misdemeanor charges, and officers suspect that he contacted friends in order to escape the area. Anyone with information about the whereabouts of Ryan Thomas Fields of Alfredsville is asked to contact the DuBois County Sheriff's Department at 812-482-3522. All calls can be kept confidential. The DuBois County Jail Commission earlier this week released its findings to the DuBois County Commissioners for future plans of the DuBois County Security Center. The committee is looking at 3 different options to help improve the facility. One of the options is a new and bigger $20 million jail that can house 250 to 300 inmates. Committee members say that currently the facility is overcrowded and something needs to be done. Other options include creating a bigger probation facility or even expanding the current security center to include the jail and probation center. This was handed over to the DuBois County Commissioners, who are bound by law to follow up with a study on their findings. Jail committee members say they do not know how long the study will take, but they're planning to meet and discuss those plans. Teachers, students, and parents are gearing up for another school year at Otwell Miller Academy. Although at the academy, kids are not just returning to new classes with their teachers, they're also coming back to a renovated building and a new school director. New director Rich Paget says it's really humbling. He says that he's been in education for 34 years and says seeing something from the ground up, after always gone into established schools before, you kind of take it for granted, the things that are there. Paget was named the academy's new director back in July. Last year, students had to bring their lunches to school, but in about a month, they'll have another option. Even though food won't be made at Otwell Miller Academy, lunches will be brought in and kids will have the option to buy them. This is just the second year for Otwell Miller Academy, but Paget says they only have plans to grow from here. Last year, Otwell Miller had 63 students, but this year enrollment is up to 91. Paget says they've seen tremendous growth and excitement in the communities and say that they want to give themselves a viable alternative in education and make sure it's going to be there for years to come. During the summer, the school got a big makeover. The walls were painted, new flooring was installed, and the multi-purpose room is now the cafeteria. The first day for students at Otwell Miller Academy is next Tuesday, August 14th. German American announced that Jim Hebner, Senior Vice President and Chief Financial Officer at OFS Brands, has joined Zach Bobble, Peter Ahrens, Mac Eckert, and Ken Mulzer Jr. to serve on the 2019-2020 South Central Region's Advisory Board. German American's South Central Region Advisory Board provides general business counsel to the local corporate management of German American, serving DuBois, Perry, and Spencer counties. They are committed to German American's mission of being a strong financial service company with local decision-making and providing competitive banking, insurance, and investment, and wealth advisory solutions to individuals, families, and businesses in the local community they serve. Hebner's role at OFS also includes serving on the senior management team and as corporate secretary and the treasurer of the board of directors. OFS Brands manufactures, sells, and distributes commercial furnishings under several brands, including OFS, Carolina, and Brian Ashley. Huebner is a graduate of the Indiana University School of Business, where he holds a Bachelor's of Science degree in business. He is also a licensed certified public accountant. Huebner currently serves on the board of directors and on the finance and investment committees at Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center in Jasper. He is also a member of the board of directors for Vincennes University's Jasper Center Foundation. Emergency physician Kyle Schering was recently appointed to active medical staff at Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center in Jasper. Dr. Schering received his Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine degree at Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. He completed his residency in emergency medicine at Charleston Area Medical Center in Charleston, West Virginia. He is a member of the American College of Emergency Physicians, the American Osteopathic Association, the Indiana Osteopathic Association, and the American Academy of Family Physicians. Dr. Schering and his wife Amanda live in Jasper with their son. Dr. Schering is a native of St. Anthony and attended Forest Park High School in Ferdinand. Blair Milo, the first person to be appointed Secretary for Career Connections and Talent by Governor Eric Holcomb, will pay a visit to the Spencer County Youth and Community Center in Christney next Tuesday, August 14th, to discuss changes in the economy and workforce and implementing solutions for Hoosier students, workers, and employers. The public is invited and encouraged to join Milo during her visit and review a county-wide snapshot with the most recent county-specific data displaying current job vacancies by industry, with the associated wages and educational requirements, future job demand forecast, and county demographics, including self-sufficiency wages and labor force trends. Identify state, regional, and local assets to assist with improving career connections and closing current gaps, and identify what's working well and what changes could or should be pursued to inform a regionally or locally driven talent pipeline. Milo will be on hand at the Spencer County Youth and Community Center from 9 till 10:30 a.m. Central Time next Tuesday, August 14th. The Youth and Community Center is located at 1101 East County Road 800 North in Christney. State county health officials are urging Indiana residents to take steps to protect themselves from mosquito bites amid an increase in West Nile virus activity across the state. As of August 6th, one human case of West Nile virus disease has been detected in Vanderburgh County, and 168 mosquito samples in 28 Indiana counties, that's 27 Indiana counties, have tested positive for West Nile virus. The Indiana State Department of Health expects to see a continued increase of West Nile activity throughout our state as the season progresses. State health officials recommend residents take proactive measures, including avoiding being outdoors when mosquitoes are active, which is typically late afternoon, dusk to dawn, and early morning. To use an insect repellent that contains DEET, cover exposed skin by wearing a hat, long sleeves, and long pants in places where mosquitoes are especially active, such as the woods. Install or repair screens on windows and doors to keep mosquitoes out of the home. Discard any old tires, tin cans, ceramic pots, or other containers that hold water. Repair failed septic systems, drill holes in the bottom of recycling containers left outside. Keep your grass cut short and shrubbery trimmed. Clean clogged roof gutters, especially if leaves tend to plug up the drains. Frequently replace the water in pet bowls, flush out ornamental fountains and bird baths periodically, and aerate ornamental pools or stock them with a predatory fish. West Nile virus can cause West Nile fever, a mild form of the illness, which can result in fever, headaches, body aches, swollen lymph glands, or a rash. Some people will develop a more serious form of the disease affecting the nervous system, including inflammation in the brain and spinal cord, muscle paralysis, or even death. People who think they may have West Nile virus should immediately see their healthcare provider. Hoosiers who own off-road vehicles purchased after December 31st, 2009 must register those ORVs through the Indiana Bureau of Motor Vehicles. Off-road vehicles include dirt bikes, all-terrain vehicles, utility task vehicles, side-by-sides. A 3-year registration will cost $30. The Indiana Department of Natural Resources says the registration law applies regardless whether the vehicle is driven on public or private land, although there are a few exceptions. Stay tuned, weather and sports is still to come on 18 WJTS.